Last week, Riot Games revealed major new details about their upcoming MMORPG. Not through trailers, but through job listings that really give us a peek behind the scenes. If you care about world design, progression, or just the soul of this future MMORPG, this video is for you. My name is Spun, and I've been covering the Riot MMO since day one. And today we're going to dive into the 7 new job listings we've gotten from Riot Games and look at what the real core of this future massive MMORPG is going to look like. So first off, where is the Riot MMO at in development? Given these job postings, it looks like we're still pretty early on. They're hiring for principal level roles. That means top level designers and leads, not just production support. These are the people defining how the game plays, how rewards may work, how you level up, and what the world feels like at its core. So no, we're not in alpha or beta yet, but this hiring wave means that things are moving and they're starting to move very, very fast. Personally, if I was just gonna speculate, I would say that we are looking at potentially an internal alpha of true gameplay within the next year or so. But that's not something we as a consumer will likely ever see. And now that we got kind of that bummer news potentially out of the way, let's look at these job postings and what they actually tell us about the future of this MMO. One of the most telling listings on this was for an economy and progression game design position. And it's actually a topic that I covered in a completely other video, which will be here or somewhere. So make sure you check that one out as we dive into it a little bit deeper over there. What this job posting does tell us though, is that Riot isn't just making a casual quest grinder. They want systems that reward long-term investment, like leveling, crafting, currencies, loot, and a lot more. They specifically mention systems that reflect the player's identity, which kind of means the way that you will build your character and play the game at its core. Also, might reflect how we interact with the world itself. Think less, finish the story and quit, and more, I'm gonna be playing this character for the next, well, probably the rest of my life. Next up, Riot is hiring a principal level designer, with their main goal to be creating explorable and engaging spaces for gameplay. That phrase alone tells us a lot. This isn't going to be an on-rails game. They're focused on player-driven exploration, where every zone, dungeon, or instance feels like a carefully handcrafted and immersive environment. They want to make you want to wander off of the path, explore a cliffside, or stumble into a secret cave along the beach. And when you start to imagine how this would look in the world of Runeterra, I don't know about you guys, but it gives me shivers. Picture Ionia, Piltover, or the Shadow Isles. The potential is massive. And the MMO is not just gonna feel fun to explore, it's also going to look really, really good. Of course, it will likely stay with Riot's tried and true art style. But given the job posting for a principal VFX artist, I think that the magic, abilities, and environmental effects in this game are going to be uncomparable to anything else on the market. If we look at the job description, you can see that they want to be stylized, readable, and satisfying, just like they are in League. So expect flashy spellcasting, clean animations, and visual clarity that makes even big boss fights feel cinematic, but clear enough to engage with in a third-person perspective. I don't know about you guys, but one of my major gripes with most modern MMORPGs is that the visual clarity just sucks. And that looks like something that Riot Games, given this principal VFX artist post, is really looking to tackle and make the combat feel readable yet engaging for players. Riot's also looking to hire a principal environment artist, and this is where things get super interesting for anyone who may be a massive lore nerd. This person will lead the team that builds the actual 3D world of Runeterra, and they're focused on more than just the visuals. They want the environments to feel alive, with distinct biomes, cultural identity, and ambient storytelling. We're not just getting another League of Legends map. We're getting a fully explorable, immersive, open fantasy world. And that's pretty exciting, especially given the fact that it's going to be built from the ground up. Personally, I hope we just ditch loading screens completely. I think it's 2025, and likely when the MMO comes out, it's going to be around 2030. So let's get rid of loading screens. I want to run from Freljord down to Piltover and Zon. I want to hop on a boat that'll take me down to Bilgewater and spend the day with the pirates. So let's see if Riot can pull that off. If they can, this is going to be something truly special. The Riot MMO also put job listings for a few different engineering positions. One is a server systems position and the other is just a core tech position. Putting so much emphasis on the server tech, which is something they started working back in 2016, as well as acquiring Wargaming Studios, which was known for making some of the most solid server tech. I think it's something that maybe the more nerdy people out there can get potentially incredibly excited for. I hope that we're not just running through instance zones like Genshin Impact or some of the other MMOs that have these kind of sharded environments. And instead we can have massive battles, 100 versus 100 PvP fights, and so much more. If the server tech people can get this right, it's also something to be excited for. And the last position we got was for a senior game producer. These are the people that break down the barriers that are making the team working on the MMO have any issues. They are really getting in there and doing everything. Every single day for a producer is going to look a little bit different, and the projects they work on are actually super interesting. Though not a lot can be gathered from this one job postings for a game producer. I guess the biggest takeaway here is that, like we all probably suspected, it's still very early in development. But given these job postings, they are massively ramping up their production, and I think the timetable of a release around 2029 is likely very, very possible. This phase is where most of the core systems are going to be defined. Zones will be mapped out, and player identity will begin to take shape. That means a real alpha is probably a year or two away, but like I said earlier, I don't think it's something that we are going to get to play with as the player base. From deep progression to handcrafted massive open worlds, the Riot MMO is really shaping up to be something special. But I want to know what part you're most excited for. Are you excited to see the confirmed PvP, some of the crafting and progression that'll be implemented within the game, or do you just want to see the world of Runeterra fully realized in a 3D environment that's not just Summoner's Rift? Drop your thoughts down in the comments below and let me know what you think. And if you look forward to more breakdowns, dev news, and just overall coverage for the Riot MMO, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel because we have a lot more coming up for you soon. I'm also streaming over on Twitch almost every single day now. Make sure you come check it out there. Go follow over on Twitch, and I look forward to seeing you guys there. As always, my name is Spun, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace!